Once upon a time, in a grand kingdom ruled by a stern and arrogant king named Magnus, there lived a humble villager named Ethan. King Magnus was known for his intolerance towards anyone who dared challenge his authority. His rule was absolute, and dissent was met with the harshest of punishments. One day, Ethan, outraged by an unjust decree, stood in the town square and boldly protested against the king's decision. The king, furious at Ethan's audacity, ordered his soldiers to arrest him. "Take him to the gallows. Let this serve as a lesson to anyone who dares defy me," the king commanded. Ethan, instead of resisting, bowed his head and calmly said, "Your Majesty, I accept your punishment. But before you take my life, I have one final request. Please grant me permission to visit my home and bid farewell to my children." The king narrowed his eyes. "Why should I let you go? There is no guarantee you will return. My decision is final." Just then, a man stepped out from the crowd. His name was Oliver, a farmer and Ethan's closest friend. "Your Majesty," Oliver said, bowing respectfully, "I am willing to take Ethan's place while he goes to see his family. If he does not return in the time you allow, you may hang me instead." The king was astonished. "You would risk your life for him? Why would you do such a thing?" "Because he is my dearest friend," Oliver replied without hesitation. "I trust him with my life, and I know he will return." The king, intrigued by Oliver's loyalty, agreed to the arrangement. "Very well," he said. "Ethan, you have 6 hours. Go and return, or your friend will pay with his life." Ethan thanked the king and Oliver profusely before setting off on horseback. The journey to his village took 2 hours. When he arrived, his children ran to him with tearful smiles, embracing him tightly. He spent precious moments with his family, explaining what had happened and urging them to be strong. As he mounted his horse to leave, Ethan looked back one last time, a lump in his throat. He was determined to return in time. However, on the way back, fate intervened. His horse stumbled on a rocky path, throwing Ethan to the ground. Both he and the horse were injured, and precious minutes slipped away. Meanwhile, at the palace, time was running out. The executioner prepared the gallows, and Oliver stood calmly on the platform. His hands were tied, and a noose hung ominously around his neck. Yet his face showed no fear. "I have no regrets," Oliver said softly to the onlookers. "Ethan is my brother in spirit. If my life can save his, it is a price I gladly pay." The king, watching from his throne, was moved but remained silent. The clock struck the final hour, and the executioner prepared to pull the lever. Suddenly, a voice rang out, desperate and breathless. "Stop! I am here!" All eyes turned as Ethan stumbled into the square, battered and panting. He fell to his knees before the king. "Your Majesty, I have returned as promised. Please spare my friend," Ethan begged, his voice shaking with emotion. Oliver, still standing on the gallows, called out, "No, Ethan. Go back to your family. I am ready to give my life for you." Ethan shook his head vehemently. "No, Oliver. This is my punishment. I cannot let you suffer for my actions. Please step down." The crowd murmured in amazement at the friends' unwavering devotion to one another. Even the king, who prided himself on his cold demeanor, was deeply moved. "Enough!" King Magnus bellowed, silencing the crowd. He stood and descended from his throne, his face thoughtful. "In all my years as a ruler, I have never seen such loyalty and selflessness. Your bond has humbled me." Turning to Ethan, he declared, "I pardon you. Your act of protest was bold, but it was born out of a desire for justice. You are free to go." Then, facing Oliver, the king said, "And you, Oliver, are a rare and noble soul. You have reminded me of the value of trust and friendship. Go, both of you, and live in peace. Today, you have taught me a lesson I will never forget." The crowd erupted in applause as the two friends embraced, tears streaming down their faces. They returned to their village together, their bond stronger than ever. From that day forward, King Magnus ruled with a kinder heart, inspired by the extraordinary friendship he had witnessed. What an incredible story of loyalty and sacrifice. True friends don't just stand by you. They go to extraordinary lengths to prove their love and trust. If you have a friend like Oliver, someone who would go to any length for you, let them know how much they mean to you today. And remember, every act of kindness can inspire others to change. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Tell us in the comments, what's the most selfless thing a friend has ever done for you? Let's celebrate friendship together. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel or follow us for more amazing stories that warm your heart and inspire your soul. Until next time, stay kind and stay inspired.